Ladies and gentlemen, it would seem that this is fate, as we have gotten a little more information about what exactly it is that Pearl's kit provides. And after yesterday's video of me ranting about HSR being terrible at creating split scaling characters, it seems that they were listening in and are trying to toy with me. Because same as Aventurine, Pearl should also be a elation character who can switch to a different kit if there isn't any other elation characters on the team. Or actually, no, that's wrong. It's not exactly specified yet what the requirement is, but she has a different mode in which she can heal, for example, which should make her actually usable with Aventurine SP, which I was talking about was kind of an issue with this guy's Pearl synergy yesterday. Right. So let's get into it. About Pearl, she needs other elation characters to make her kit work. She provides different kind of support based on the path of the team. She can also switch her path and provide shields or heals. In other words, Aventurine SP and Pearl can team up without affecting each other's kit strength. Thank you to Full Stop Chan for the info. And then it's also further clarified that switching paths only happens during battle, affecting battle function and buff determination. She is still an elation character. So, Pearl has the ability to quote-unquote change her path mid-battle if you don't want to use her elation buffing kit for a healing kit that I assume is a bit more generalist and usable by characters who either don't want shields or aren't elation, right? And this is a good thing, because before, what I was talking about in my last video is that seemingly Avin's elation team is just obviously going to be better than his Fua one, since his Fua one would not be able to take advantage of Pearl, right? Because of the fact that M-Blade does not synergize with pure shielders. Unless she had shielding and sustain at the exact same time, M-Blade would eventually get to a point where he's at 1 HP and he'd never be able to ever do another follow-up ever again, which obviously hurts a lot of his value in this Fua team. But since now it's clarified that she has a second part of her kit in which she can become a healer, this problem obviously no longer exists, and it also in general increases Pearl's value across the board, knowing that she's not going to be an elation only upgrade, and she's actually going to be an upgrade as a sustain for probably a lot of teams, considering they're focusing half of her kit to not care about elation buffing. Right. Now, is this kit going to age well? Let's see. Right, just as I was saying in my last video, I hate it when this game tries to do split scaling characters because they almost always feel just a tad bit underwhelming, and it feels like they're not living to their full potential. And it feels like this game does this on purpose because they think that a split scaling character being versatile in multiple teams suddenly makes it justifiable to make them weaker as a character in those teams with a weaker presence. Hopefully they don't take this kit philosophy like they did with OG Blade and current Avin in V3 and do go all out with her, especially considering, at least with Avin and Blade, these two are DPSs. Maybe I can semi-understand it. You are constantly releasing new DPSs. It's okay to not have one DPS be the most, cool thing, omnipresent character in his team. But this is a sustain. The last sustain release from Pearl was Dan Hung PT, and they're 1 year apart. So this means they do have the power budget to put into Pearl's kit to make her that strong and to have that much of a presence in her intended teams, right? So, let's just hope for the best at this point, because I'd love to see Pearl be both an amazing jump as a sustain in her non-elation teams, and especially in her elation teams that seem to be hungry for her more, in all honesty, since the elation teams do really like having other elation characters synergizing with them, having their own haha instant skills, having their own punchline gen, and having their own tailored vertical investment. Sorry for my dog in the background. Hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night. Peace out.